Good day, scholars! Today we will be looking at Scourge the Hedgehog, a character you would assume is every fan's dream OC. He's actually from the Sonic the Hedgehog comic series and its spin-offs published by Archie Comics. If you're a fan of Scourge the Hedgehog, dash that like button now, scholars. You talk about edginess, this is literally the role model for edgy, where every wannabe like Shadow the Hedgehog tries their best to be edgy but never live up to Scourge's tyrannic accomplishments. This badass hedgehog is literally how I envision the 90s Sega Sonic with the attitude that played all the dirty tricks on Nintendo. Of course, that was never Sonic, but when you hear the stories from back in those days, something like Scourge, or Anti-Sonic is how you imagine the 90s Sonic. The biker jacket wearing bubblegum popping ass clown. Of course, otherwise known as Anti-Sonic or Evil Sonic and ruler of Mobius, Scourge did start off as a rival to Sonic, occasionally fighting him and even attempting to steal the Master Emerald. At one point trying to wield the Chaos Energy to become stronger than Sonic, but during this, Locke actually punched Scourge whilst absorbing the energy and he transformed into the green-hued character which completely separated his look from Sonic. Yes, he became the embodiment of every fan OC. But before we go any further, I must ask you all the most important question in the history of history. What the hell happened? Why has Scourge the Hedgehog's legacy become a goddamn disgrace to the Sonic franchise, as well as his sudden, unexplained, unexpected disappearance thanks to the Super Genesis wave? How could they let an incredibly developed character go to waste and never return? Well, today, we're going to let the modern fandom know just who the hell Scourge is and revive his legacy so it will never, ever be forgotten again. Scourge was created by Ken Penders, and as I said, he initially had the same exact appearance as Sonic, but with the Terminator leathers. When Anti-Sonic became Scourge after absorbing the Chaos Energy, his design changed in the most subtler ways too, to go along with the obvious green. He had the marks on his torso, eye color green to blue, green sneakers. Don't get me wrong, he does have similarities with Jet the Hawk from Sonic Riders, but Jet's got nothing on this guy. In terms of his abilities, he possesses what you expect: super speed, enhanced strength, reflexes, hand-to-hand combat, and the ability to harness chaos energy. Back in the beginning, Anti-Sonic was basically a negative bad Sonic from the backwards version of Sonic's Home, and was introduced in issue 11, way back in the Mickey Mouse days. People thought he wouldn't last, but evil Sonic returned here and there, and he became a favorite. Antoine beat him at one point, and he did indeed suck at being bad. He got his ass kicked so many times, but these negative experiences stayed with him until one day he would get his payback in the most awesome way a villain should. In issue 150, he would get the classic doppelganger story for Sonic, which is comedy gold, but goes to show you that the writer started to care about his personality and his development, which eventually led to Scourge and him getting his own plot. I mean, the dude eventually tanked Sonic and Shadow and could deck Sonic alone. His power kept on rising and it went to his head. He realized he was better than Sonic, and in a nutshell, he kicks Sonic's ass, steals Sonic's girl, kicks the heroes out of their base, takes over the planet, and refers to himself as King Scourge, who must be respected by everyone. Now, if you wanted to write a classic comic book villain, an asshole villain, that's how you goddamn do it. Talk about swearing, Scourge would swear, so shut the up, you goody two-shoes. Not even all the freedom fighters working together can handle Scourge, especially when he obtains his super form, which, if I may, is the most badass as it is mimicking the bad boy 90s persona with the colors and jacket. And the only way Sonic won was when Scourge ran out of juice. I mean, if this dude can take on Sonic and Shadow together, even if they went super, Scourge's super form is like Super Saiyan 3, while Sonic and Shadow are Super Saiyan 1s, if that makes sense to you power scalers. Scourge had some awesome arcs in the comics, and he was built up and protected over time. One of the most memorable arcs was the Prison Break arc. After his defeat by Sonic, he was put into the Universal Jail Zone, which is literally the Arkham Asylum of the Sonic world, where Scourge was a broken hedgehog. He lost his spirit, and this was great for his character development, giving him mental obstacles to overcome, but having a romance arc with Fiona as well. She built him up, and he was badass enough to break out of jail. This led to Scourge and the Destructics, which is a solid group that all have great designs and contribute to the team, Scourge's team, in some shape or form. If you had to summarize Scourge's legacy to Sonic fans, it would be a successful, fulfilling villain with charisma whose career just vanished. He was literally like the D-Generation X Shawn Michaels. He was a character who originally started out as a temporary jobber, got his ass kicked, but over time, the fans loved him, the writers loved him thanks to his attitude until he did the impossible, broke away from Sonic and became his own unique character with a dark, badass persona, having interesting arcs, including a romance arc, forming his own team, causing chaos for the heroes and even becoming Super, another unique design which clobbered the cast. That is literally the story of an underdog who rose to the top and bathed in the glory, because he damn well could. All of that just literally was sent to the next dimension. A cliffhanger in the comics with Scourge on top, and then not long after, the Super Genesis wave. And that was it. Literally. We get fan comics, yes, but it's not the same, is it? And from there on, in every fan's mind, the fate of Scourge is left a mystery. Naturally, being a character stronger than Sonic, and presumably Supersonic whilst in his super form, would you expect Scourge to survive the Super Genesis wave? I'll leave that up to you. But Scourge did appear on the cover of the best of Sonic the Hedgehog rivals, where a CGI model of Scourge that was made to be used on the cover was later cancelled, so perhaps there was something in the grapevine for his survival and a continuation of his story. Very interesting. There may be other sources with Scourge in now, but I haven't come across them yet. So long, Scourge, the Sonic clone who actually overcame all the odds and rose above Sonic, but has almost been forgotten over time, and I hope this video prevents that from happening.